Assalamu alaikum, my dear brothers, sisters. I know that we are in this eternal struggle of trying to be better. I know that you personally are trying to be better, right? But how do you become better? That's the question. One thing I've figured out in my life is that if you want to be a better person, then you have to reflect and you have to understand that you got to be willing to change. Right? If you're doing the same things and hoping that you'll become better, that's not going to work. You have to be willing to change. And change is not easy, my friend. Change doesn't come easily. Man is quite, man, very difficult when it comes to change, especially when it comes to habits that we've picked up from a young age and we keep carrying it forward. You know how many mothers talk about their children saying, he's been like that since he was a little kid. That just means that we are with that habit and we don't want to change. And that is something I want to remind you and implore upon you, saying that if you want to be better, then you have to look at your life and see what are the changes you're making. Because you cannot really expect to do the same things and expect different results. That's the first thing. And that brings me to the important question. See, we can change and we can easily do it if we figure out a proper motivation to why we need to change. If I ask you, why do you want to change? Why do you want to be better? And if the answer you have is solid, if the answer you have is heavy duty, you have a convincing answer, not for anyone else, but for yourself, you will change, my friend. So it all comes down to that, the fact that whether you have figured out the answer to why do you want to change. And that's where I think and I feel that most of us are lost because we don't know why we want to be better. We want to be better. We all want to be better, but we don't know why we want to be better. That's why the world is so lost. Putin doesn't know why he is fighting. He thinks he knows, but he doesn't really know. He's looking for something in a place where it isn't. That's what we need to understand. In our religion, there's a definition for oppression, right? What we call zulm, oppression. Oppression is defined as assigning a place to something that it's not appropriate. If you assign something a place which it shouldn't be there, then you've oppressed it, right? If you raise something in status that doesn't that it does not deserve, like all the leaders or most of the world leaders who are currently in power, but do you think that they are fit for that role? Are they suitable? We've oppressed. By putting the wrong man in that pedestal, we've oppressed an entire country. I've seen this in my country, literally. The past, I think, 5, 10 leaders who have run my country, Sri Lanka, they're not, they shouldn't have been there. They're not in the right place where they should be. And that has oppressed an entire nation. Now, that is important because what we do is we oppress ourselves when we are trying to be better. We oppress ourselves if we are trying to find or if we are trying to look for the purpose of life where it isn't. So what I'm trying to say is that a lot of people think that happiness or contentment or what you're looking for is in wealth, is in money. But however much money you earn, one, you're going to keep spending it because you can't live without it, and you're going to keep spending more and more of it because inflation is a constant. You will never be able to see a downward line in prices of goods because of the system we have. This interest based system is that given the fact that interest is attached to everything, prices are only going to go up until the world addresses the oppressive component of interest, until the world and humanity eliminates interest from the world. You will never see prices going down. Prices will only go up. So you have to keep spending money. And on the other end, it just means that it's never enough. So let's imagine that you think that your purpose of life is earning. Imagine how your life is going to go. Because if that is what you're hell bent on, that is what you're looking for, it's never going to take you anywhere. It's not going to make you happy. It's not going to make you content because you're looking for happiness, you're looking for peace in a place where it isn't. And by doing so, by looking for something in the wrong place, and by putting effort and striving and making and tiring yourself and working hard, you've oppressed yourself. You've oppressed yourself, your own self, what we call the nafs. And that, when you oppress yourself, when you tell, when you when you have basically deviated from where you should be, you never feel happy, you never feel good, and then it's not going to make you a better person. So what I want to tell you, even though I don't want to give you specific answers, I want to drive you to answer asking this question more from yourself. Why do you want to be better? Why do you want to change? If you have a convincing answer for that, and I can tell you this, what you're seeking is peace. You're looking for peace, right? You're looking for contentment. You want to be content. And you think if you're chasing money, what you're basically thinking is you don't want to be a rich man. You just think that if you become a rich man, then you will feel at peace. That's what you're thinking. That's what I was thinking. That's why I'm saying this, right? So we can't really live life like that. We can't really, drive our life and our decisions and our efforts in things that are so worldly, that have no end, that have no, contentment attached to them or peace. So don't look for something in a place where it isn't. You will never find it because it isn't there. Try to figure out for yourself, try to figure out what are you looking for? What's your purpose in life? And open your eyes, look at the world, look at people around you, look at your neighbors, look at your relatives, look at your family. Open your eyes, read a few books, listen to some people, but not just for entertainment. Open your eyes and look at this expanse of the world. Look at the natural habitat. Look at the trees and the sun and the moon and the earth and the solar system, and see where is what you're looking at, what you're looking for. Where can you find what you're looking for? I can tell you what I was looking for. I was looking for peace. And do you know where I found it? I found it right at my home. That's where I found it. And I wish and I make dua from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make it easy for us all. Inshallah ta'ala, subhanallahu wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant astaghfiruka wa natubu ilaik.